Hey friends, it is Melissa on the Junk and Craft Treasures page tonight, or today, I guess rather. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We are going to work on a cute bubbling cauldron today. We have done this before, or I have done this before, not on the live, so I'm going to attempt it today on the live. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes well. If you're watching this, you're most likely on the replay, so hashtag replay. Let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're watching from, and let us know if this is something that you might make. I know not everybody is into Halloween, and I totally understand that. I am making this for some props for a little girl's birthday that is on Halloween. So we're making some fun things for that. So hope you enjoy it, guys. So hey Deb, hey Nikki, how are you, my friend? Good to see y'all. I am kind of scooting you back. I've got something back there that's giving me a little resistance, but hey Luann. Yes, this is what we're making today, guys. We are gonna do a bubbling cauldron. The other one that I have is actually a little bit bigger, so I went ahead and started on it, so you're not watching me do the whole cauldron, the base of it. Hey Mary Ann, hey Maureen, Carrie, how are y'all today? So yeah, give me some hearts up, thumbs up, hearts up, y'all. I haven't talked all day really, so this is my first time to talk. So I am a little tongue-tied today for some reason. So we are going to be making this, guys, and I'm going to switch out, put this behind me, hey Mary, and bring over my other cauldron that I have started on. And then we'll put this back here if I don't drop it, which could be a thing, guys. It really could happen. But it didn't, so we are good. All right, give me some hearts for that because I could see that happening. Hey Joyce Ann, hey Becca. Okay, so the supplies that you need for this are very minimal. We're gonna use a black cauldron. This one you can tell is different. It actually has like some flames on it, but we're gonna do this to it, so you're really not gonna see them a whole lot. I did get mine as a kit, Nikki, but I did look around this weekend when I was out yesterday, and I think you can get all of the supplies now pretty reasonably. So I got mine back in July because I knew we were going to do this for Fern's birthday. But all you need at the dollar store in Walmart, they have some cauldrons. So, and actually a follower suggested just like a black plastic bowl. That would work as well. And you can always paint everything. So you could even get like a plastic bowl at Dollar Tree and paint that. So, oh, awesome, Melanie. So you're gonna need some type of base for your cauldron, and so we can do all the fun things to it. You're gonna need, hang on, make sure I don't drop these, because I have had them roll around on me before, guys. Hey, Judy. So we have some clear, iridescent, I guess is what you call them. They kind of have a little bit of the sheen to them, but we don't necessarily have to have that. Clear ones should work just fine. We just remove the top of the ornament, guys. So they are plastic, and we just remove the silver part of the ornament. We did look yesterday at Hobby Lobby, had these 50% off, so I'm sure you can find them at the other craft stores as well. And we got various sizes. We have 3 different sizes. So we've got a large, a medium size, hey Eva, hey Dewey and Elizabeth, and then a small. Okay, so we have 3 different sizes. And we have about, I don't know, so we will count them because I don't want them rolling all around. I want to say 30, 35 in total, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure with the small, but we will figure that out as we put them on. So we've got that. Then we're gonna need, which you can get some of this anywhere, and y'all, I despise this stuff, but this is going to give us that frothy look. This is like that spider webbing stuff. I haven't taken mine out yet. You know, that expands and gets everywhere and sticks to your fingers and all of that stuff. Hey Renee, we are gonna use that to get our frothy part. So all we have now is the cauldron, the ornaments, and the spider webbing, and then some type of lights. So these are different than the other lights, but I don't know if it'll, hang on, I don't know if I've got this one right. Okay, so see how they light up? So these are purple, my other ones are green, and we're just gonna tuck the part down in here so we don't see it. My other one is not remote control because they are different depending on where you get them at. And the other one I just switch on, okay? So that's it. That is all we need to make this project, guys. So our 4 things, our cauldron, our spider webbing, our bulbs, and some type of lights. And you can get fairy lights, I think, at Dollar Tree for like $1.25. So if you shop around, you can definitely find all of the supplies super cheap. Happy Sunday, Liz. Oh, how fun. I would love a pool party. Oh, I would love it. Okay, and then something that you'll need that you probably have around the house, some type of old shipping paper or something like that. We are gonna fold it up and insert it inside. So whatever your size of your cauldron is, you'll have that so you don't have to like have everything down deep inside of it. Good to see y'all. Okay, so I have already started doing this side. I am using cinnamon to do this, guys. You could use salt wash, all of the good things, but we are gonna use cinnamon. I am gonna move this paper to the floor for just a second until I need it. And then I probably won't be able to reach it, but we'll be good. Hey, Marilyn, how are you, my friend? Now, what I do, because I make a mess. I am a messy, messy crafter. Y'all know this. This is why I didn't do my very first one on a live, because I wasn't sure how it was gonna all go together, and I knew I was gonna make a mess. I had cinnamon all over me, but I have perfected my way to not get cinnamon all over the place. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. So we're gonna take our cauldron, and I am gonna hold it like this over a plate. I'll put my Mod Podge on, I will sprinkle my cinnamon on, then I will tap here, and then I will move it to another plate and do a vice versa. So we're not wasting a whole bunch of cinnamon, it's not blowing all over the place, and we don't have to use as much. So I have done a lot of projects. My other cauldron and half that cauldron, I don't know if you can see how much cinnamon is still left in here. So even though it looks, if y'all can see that, give me some hearts. Even though it looks like I've used a lot, I really haven't used very much of my cinnamon. Hey, Brenda, and remember, you can use salt wash. You can use however you want to do your base of your cauldron. But this is how I did this one. So that is what I'm gonna do on this one as well, just so they correspond and match, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna get started. I am gonna get started. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour some Mod Podge on a plate. Since this project is kind of big, y'all aren't seeing that, but you'll see this part. So I'm gonna I'm gonna take my chip brush, and I'm gonna take my cauldron. I'm gonna try to do this upside down, guys. I don't know if I can, but I am just going to tap my Mod Podge all over this. So whatever you're using, whatever type of plastic, it'll be fine. I'm kind of waiting right here because that is where I'm putting my fingers to turn everything. And I learned last time it was easier to go back and do that. I am gonna turn this around. So all we've done is we've tapped our Mod Podge on here. Looks like a hot mess. Hey, Cindy. Now you are good. We're just getting started. So I'm gonna bring it down here. I think y'all can see it this direction too. So I think I'll be okay. I'm just gonna bring a little more up here. Tap, tap, tap. And then I'm gonna take my cinnamon and I am going to apply it. I'm gonna kind of tilt it so everything falls on the plate that doesn't stick. I am not worried about getting, and I'll show you here in just a second, every nook and cranny because I want some of that black to show through as well. Okay. So before I tap it, it's gonna look like this. Okay, so we've got our cinnamon on there. Yes, they do, Brenda. And then I'm gonna tap it. I'm gonna move my fan over a little bit. Tap it where all that excess falls right there. Okay, so we've got that covered. And then I can just move my other plate underneath it. And then I've already started, like I told y'all. So then I can take some of that excess that was on my plate and put it on here. And then tap, tap, tap. And then I'm gonna move this plate over here and go back to this plate to continue on. So does that make sense? And this has to dry, guys. As it dries, it gets this cool color right here with the black. So I'm just gonna come on over here, do the same thing, and I will come and touch some of it up. But this was just kind of giving us our base. And then this way, I'm not wasting all my cinnamon and having to worry about to put it back in there and all that stuff. Oh, awesome, Susan. It's a fun project. It's a fun project. It's not real hard. The hardest part to me on this is to get the balls started to make the bubbling cauldron. And then once that is in place, it goes a little bit faster. Oh, yay, Erin. And I really didn't miss a whole lot on that one, so I'm just gonna, hang on, I'm gonna do this. Just gonna go ahead and finish this off. And then we'll go around and do the corners and the top. I want that piece of paper on there. But it really doesn't take a whole lot of Mod Podge. You can brush your Mod Podge on there, absolutely can. I used a smaller brush on the other one. So how many of you are going to try to make these this year? Give me some hearts and let me know if you're going to try to find the supplies. Okay, so we've got that right like that. And like I said, it'll dry cool because you're going to have some of that black. Where's my dried side? Here's my dried side. You're going to have that black showing through, and that's what it's going to look like. Oh, awesome. I see some hearts, y'all. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, because I pretty much have it covered how I want, I'm just going to move some of that over here. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, the first time I did this, I had this all over me. It was all over me. It was quite... Terry was like, I smell cinnamon all the way in the other room. You are making a mess. I'm like, pretty much. Pretty much. But anytime you start something new, sometimes you got to find that groove and that pattern. So all I'm doing is just coming back over with some Mod Podge for the areas that I missed, that I want a little bit heavier. And it kind of looks scary because we're putting that right back on over some of those spots, but it will dry clear. You can go as heavy as you want, as light as you want. I know I've got some over there, but just want to get some of these spots. And you don't have to put any more cinnamon on it if you don't want to. I just wanted to cover that just a little bit better. Right there, and I want to get my handle right here, and then we'll go up to the top. I love it. I love it. That's funny. Okay. So now I'm going to come through. I'm going to kind of set it. I'm going to get some of this down here. Some of these little in-between spots. I think I am overall happy with that. I'm going to take a little more Mod Podge just to kind of give that different color look. It's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm sealing it with the Mod Podge, but I will be honest, it holds pretty well when it completely dries. Flinging it now because I've got it on my brush. All right, so now we're going to come up here and do this part. And I do have cinnamon on my brush, that's why it kind of looks icky, but it will be fine. Like I said, this is where if you want to use, what am I talking about? A painting to get your effect. You can use whatever you want, because this does take a little bit with all the cinnamon. But be patient, right guys? Trust the process. Oh, thank you for sprinkling. I will miss a lot of comments today, guys, but I will go back and answer what I can. Promise. So the tricky part to me is doing the top. And I actually will take a little bit and just sprinkle with my fingers up at the top. Okay. So we'll get that covered up there. Remember, the Mod Podge dries the black color, so we're fine. Move that over. That is true, Erin. That is true. It will not smell as good. And it really does. If you seal it, it kind of takes out some of the fragrancy of it, because it's over it, but if you don't seal it, absolutely. But it smells good while you're doing it too. And cinnamon's good for you. Just so I don't make a big mess, I'm gonna do it this way for now. Just so I don't make a bigger mess than I'm already making. And it makes more sense for this part. And we're almost done with this part, guys, so. It looks like it takes a while, but it really does go pretty fast. Just don't sneeze. Absolutely, Sherry. That would not be good. That would not be good. That's why I turned my fan too. I'll turn my fan back on me here in a minute, but I figured this would probably be better not to blow it all over the place. And guys, you do not have to do this to your cauldron. You can leave it black. You can put a stencil on it. You can do all different kinds of things. I just wanted mine to be a little bit different than the black. Y'all know me, I gotta be a little bit different sometimes. So I wanted it rusty. Rusty and crusty. I do, I have the fan on right here. So it's kind of to the side, but I will guarantee you it'll be pointed on me here in a minute. So you probably see my hair blowing a little bit. Y'all, so my best friend came in from Louisiana yesterday, and we went out to eat and went shopping, so we had fun. Hey, Lisa. So we had a good time yesterday. I am so sad because Hobby Lobby has discontinued greenery that I use for some things. And so I found one that I think is gonna work, but I made them check up front, and it's gone. It's discontinued off their site, and our store didn't have it anymore. You know, I was gonna try that, Sherry, but I decided to stick to this process. But you know what? It might work. I'm sure it would work. Thanks, Marilyn. Like I said, this is a fun project. I think I did the first one as a me project, you know, no cameras, none of that stuff, but I am glad that I'm getting to do one with y'all live. So if y'all want to do something like this, show y'all how easy it is. And I will try not to have my clear balls when I start gluing them down and stuff rolling all over the table like it did last time. Yes, spray Mod Podge should work as well, Nikki. I just don't have any right now. I went with what I had on hand, 100%. And we are on the last stretch of this, y'all. So now I'm gonna have to be very careful in what I touch here. And I know y'all can't see what I'm doing right here, but I will. This is where I made a mess last time. And then right after I did this, while I still had Mod Podge on my hands, I picked up that dang spider webbing stuff. Y'all, like I said, it is not my friend. You sure can, Deb. I saw them there yesterday. Yep, we saw them there yesterday. And they're 50% off. And they have just the clear ones or the iridescent. Because I think the clear would work just fine as well. Doesn't have to be iridescent. Okay, and then I am gonna take a little bit more Mod Podge right here. Sprinkle. So this is where you can do like your finishing touches if you want an area to have a little more Mod Podge, cinnamon on it. I know this is probably boring to y'all. I'm playing in cinnamon, so it's fun. Doing the finishing touch here. And then I'll peel it off my finger. Let this dry and get started on the other. Oh, they would be so cute. So cute. I looked yesterday at Dollar Tree and we didn't have any. Okay, guys. So I think looking, I'm going to fix some area right in here. It's funny when you see the lights on it, you can see it better than when it's down. This one came with a kit off of Amazon. I got it back in July and they weren't as expensive as they are now. So I don't know if they became popular or what, but they're about $30 right now, which I wouldn't pay $30 because I really think you can get a cauldron or some type of pot at the dollar store for $1.25. I know you can get the light set up for about the same price. And then the ornaments. So like I wouldn't do that. But if you don't have the means to go out and get everything, it's perfect. All right, guys. So this is what it's gonna look like. We got a little bit of Mod Podge still not dried, but it will dry. It will dry. Hey Teresa, how are you? Just grabbing a little bit more of that cinnamon. Covering up some of that Mod Podge, which I know it's gonna dry, but just kind of cover it up. So see, that was a quick fix, and you can tell that this right here is completely dried because it's the darker with that on there. So that's what it's all gonna look like. It's gonna be dark and just have a little bit of that rust on it. Okay, guys, where is my, this is gonna be my front. So let me take just a little bit more right here where I put my fingers where it wasn't dry. You're not doing good? That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. Y'all, I have not released my schedule for this week yet because I'm waiting to see when all of our mystery boxes are delivered, because I'm gonna have a live over in that group, and I have a couple that weren't delivered yesterday. So I'm kind of keeping my eye on that, but I will be live Tuesday for sure on the Decoupage Central page and Friday. They are flames. That is what they are. They are flames. And we could paint them orange, but let's so like if we left it black, we could paint them orange, but yummy, I win. So that's where our cinnamon's at now. So we still got a lot left. That's right, Brenda. That is right. That is exactly right. Okay, guys, so I am going to, let me get some of that cinnamon out of the middle or the inside. Probably just mess that up touching that, but that's okay. I'll just add a little bit that I gotta quit touching it while it's not wet, or while it's still wet. I kind of like the natural process instead of speeding it up, but you could. Yeah, my other one didn't have flames on them. I don't know if I necessarily like that, but, and this one's a little bit bigger too. All right, guys, I am going to wipe off my hands before I do the next part. Let me get my glue gun hooked up. If I can reach it today. I'm going to use a spray seal on it. It sticks really well because we've tapped it, but it should be good. It should be good. You know how Mod Podge is. Holds a lot of stuff down. Now, if you're going to put it outside, definitely use an outside sealer. Guys, I'm getting all of this off my fingers because, like I said, I am not doing what I did last time with all the spider webbing. That was a disaster. I told Terry, I was like, this project may not be for me, because that was the hardest part, was getting that spider webbing, because it was sticking to me everywhere. Getting all the Mod Podge and cinnamon off my hands, guys. You would just like a Rust-Oleum 2 times matte. Anything that's meant, like the Hellsman Spar is an amazing outside. It does yellow over time, but it's a great outside sealer. It's an oil based, which I normally don't recommend oil based, but it is good. Hey Sherry, thank you. I appreciate it. I am glad you're here. All right, guys, I'm gonna pick up this paper that I threw on the floor earlier. Of all places, I put it on the floor. This is what grabbers are for. Pick things up off the floor, right, guys? And poor Sherry, she's like, I'm watching a live and she's picking things up off the floor. What in the world? Okay, so we're gonna crumple this up and stick it inside of our cauldron. So that's just going to give us our height so we don't have to fill it completely up, because that would be really expensive and really time consuming. All right, guys, let me get out my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Y'all, I despise this stuff. I don't even like the way it feels. Okay. So this is our, can y'all tell I don't like this? Oh my gosh, I cannot. This one's a little bit thicker. The other one was very ooey gooey. This is more like a fiber fill, so I'm gonna be okay. But it just, it's not my favorite. You could. Absolutely could. Ugh. So we're just gonna stick some of this in here. It's gonna cover up our paper. This one isn't as bad as the other one. Like I said, it's more of a polyfill. The other one was an actual spider web, so you could use a polyfill like that you fill your pillows with, because that's what this feels like. It's not as bad. It's not as bad and as stringy. Okay, so I'm not gonna need all of that, so that's definitely extra. I placed mine when I was done, so, but that just kind of shows you what the looking like the boiling over stuff looks like. Okay, now when we do our balls, we're gonna start with our bigger balls first, and I am not going to attach any of my balls to this, whatever we want to call it, because I want to be able to pick this up. Can y'all see that, how I can pick it up? This one was like way thin, y'all. But that way I can pick it up if I want to reposition my lights or turn my lights on so it lifts up and down. So we're not gonna glue it to that. So I'm gonna glue it, got some cinnamon here, kind of, you've got these little ends right here. I thought they were gonna really matter, but they really don't. So I just don't wanna see my tips. So I'm gonna start gluing them together. You could use probably those little self-adhesive tabs. Those would probably work, but I'm gonna be honest, it would take me forever to unglue them and glue them back together. So, or, you know, to stick them together. So these came with the kit, but I did see some at Hobby Lobby yesterday. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of glue and I'm gonna start my process. So it's that easy, guys. It is that easy. I got them off of Amazon. And then we're gonna stick those in there. So easy. I am starting with all of my larger ones to complete my base, and then we will go from there. Now, when I do my next ones, I'm gonna do a side and a side to glue them together. So since I told y'all I'm gonna have balls rolling everywhere until I get it how I want it. So I am just gonna kind of lift that up to where I can glue that down and hold it. And like I said, the first couple that you do are the hardest because you're forming your base and your things are gonna move on you. But once you get more of them down, it goes pretty quick. I just wanna make sure this is holding. We took that off, but the kit didn't have the metal. The kit did not, okay? So, I'm just gonna grab another one. Get some of that cinnamon off. And like I said, I'm not attaching it to this yucky foamy stuff. And I still think I have some of that super thin spider web stuff. So we're just gonna take it down there, and hold it together. Now, if you're doing this for outside, I would recommend like a stick fast. I'm sure that would work pretty good. I've been working with beads. Hey Teresa, how are you? Yeah, beads fly everywhere too. Like I said, I'm just holding those because that's the base. But can y'all see what we're doing? We're starting our base, then we'll add our other sizes and all of that fun stuff. And it's gonna leave, see how it leaves those little holes? So we can work our lights up through those holes so we don't see them as much too. So that cinnamon right there is driving me crazy. Hang on. I'm gonna get that off. That's the last thing I do. I want it in my glue. So did y'all think it was this easy? I mean, it is basically just gluing those ornaments together. And I was shocked because I was thinking that my ornaments would melt when I did my glue, which they didn't, so that was good. Hey, Teresa. So I was gonna go on the outside, but see, I'm kind of working the sides to the sides, if that makes sense. That way I don't have to hold it all the time. Oh, trust me, Mary, the first time I did this, I had stuff flying everywhere because I couldn't figure out how to get my balls without like slipping and sliding and moving everywhere. But I figured it out. And it makes me laugh because I know a million people have done these, and I would hope that I am not that person that is the only one that struggled with it. It is time consuming, but it's worth it in my opinion. Yeah, it's one of those, like I said, it was kind of relaxing besides the fact that I had balls rolling everywhere. Just to sit down and kind of listen to some music, and I'd say not have to think a lot, but I kind of did have to think a little bit on how I was going to place them. Thank you, Joyce Ann. I appreciate it, my friend. So we're kind of going to count how many of them there are, too. So right now we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 of the big ones. I think we have 13 big ones in all. 14. Because there was one hiding over there. You know, my coworker and I were actually talking about that. We haven't in the past, but I think we're going to this year. I think we are going to this year. We sit right next to each other, and I think we're going to holiday it up this year. Let's see where I'm at. Because I'm going to want them to drape over too. So just want to make sure I get this base, and I'm going to fix this polyfill, guys. This is just kind of helping me hold everything too. It would, Elizabeth. If you aren't going to be looking at the back of it, you probably don't have to go all the way to the back if you don't want to. But I'm going to. See, we're picking up the pace just a little bit. Picking up the pace just a little bit. Now, I'm going to glue this one right here and right there. Yeah, it's kind of cool, Judy. Cinnamon right there. Take that off. I'm going to hold this one because it's not really got anything to hold it up. I've only used large right now. That is all I've used so far. And I think I have two more large ones. When I take these out, y'all, they're gonna probably roll everywhere. And then we're gonna go to our medium size. So our large, the way I do it, my large takes up the bottom. And then I am going to put, let's see how I want to do this. We'll put some small ones. Yeah, we're going to do small right there. So I'm going to do one more large right here. Oh, thank you, Becca. Thank you, my friend. I have one more, and I'm going to do that one off the side. So now I'm going to take some of the middle-sized ones, and I'm going to attach those in between the large ones. Thank you, Barb. I think it's fun. I think it's fun and cute. Just trying to kind of keep it how I want it for the front more than anything. Get that one to stay. Hang on. Just gotta make sure my glue holds. And these are not going to be outside. So if I wanted to, because that's, I could put that large one right there to hold it a little bit. So I may do that. Get that cinnamon off. Just put that right there to kind of hold that up. Is that pumpkin under there? We have polyfill and ornaments. I just put craft paper in the middle. And it's just a cauldron. Okay guys, now I'm gonna start working on the side just a little bit to get it to drape down, and then I'll fill in all of that. So I know y'all aren't gonna see real well. It's a cauldron. It was a black cauldron is what it was. I know you're not gonna be able to see this real well on this side because I do work right to left. So I have another big one, so I'm gonna start my draping off the side here. But I have to see what I'm doing here. I just rusted it up with some Mod Podge and some cinnamon. That was it. And y'all, I said this live might take longer than an hour, but I think we're gonna be pretty good, pretty close. Pretty darn close, because this part goes a little bit faster. Just need to get it sitting how I want it to. Now we're gonna insert the smaller ones. Just be cautious or conscious of having the bulb part down. I didn't do that on one in the front, but I'll make sure that this foam stuff covers it. It does, Sandy, it does. Oh, girl. Don't get me to line, Brenda. They're both two different sizes. One is a little bit bigger than the other one. This one looks like it's about 10 inches. I need more glue. I knew I was doing something. You're welcome, my friends. I took a before and a before picture, but I didn't think about doing measurements. So I'm gonna hold this. I know y'all can't see this part, but all I'm doing is I'm making them go down now to go down the cauldron. And I will turn it around and show you in a second. Remember, I'm gonna play with this white stuff, so we'll get it looking better. Sure, got all my cinnamon off there. I know y'all are anxious to see what I'm doing on this side, aren't y'all? Thank you, Becca. Just make sure it sticks. So all I'm doing is I'm starting the coming down process right here. Can y'all see that? Where it's starting to come down the cauldron. And you can bring it down as low as you want. My other one I didn't do down all the way. I did too, Sandy. I did too. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I'm gonna grab a couple small ones. fill in. So we're doing, this is what we're doing. So we took our large, now we're taking our medium, and now look how easy the small fits. So it kind of covers up some of our glue. Oops, dripping glue on that one. And I want to bring this over a little bit this way. Use all my medium, no, good. So I use my large on the bottom and then my medium down the side, and then I'll fill in with all the small. I'm just holding this to make sure it holds because we're getting some weight on it too. Thank you, Teresa. Just get this one skinny one to completely hold. Y'all, I'm impatient with hot glue. That's why I use Stick Fast a lot. Okay. Then we'll grab another large one, or medium size. Just put that right there. I'm just pulling out small ones now. Y'all, I put them in here so they didn't roll everywhere. I had to have some organization today because when they were all on my table, y'all, they were rolling everywhere. Okay. We're getting there, guys. Only 50 more to attach. I'm just kidding. 3, 6, 9, 12, only 13 more. I say 13, a little more than that, but. See what I'm saying about the top part goes a little bit faster? Well, Julie, we are going to have it in our display for our stuff for a little while. And then Fern's birthday is on Halloween. So she'll have these at her party for some decoration. I still gotta have some in the back on that person. This part goes pretty fast. I know I've been saying that about a lot of parts, but it really You're multitasking doing the dishes? Awesome. Yeah, they're fun. They just take a little while. Just a little while to get all the pieces together. And then if you have any of the, like the little glue strings, which could look like spider webs, you know, we gotta get those off. I just don't want to see that piece right there. So I'll put that right there, maybe. Yeah. I know you're gonna have some amazing pieces, Becca. Okay, so we've got 5 more balls here, y'all. I'm not too worried about the back side. Just gonna get it a little higher in some places, right here in the front. Just so it looks full. Got one left. Where do I want to put it? Put it right here. Okay, guys. Now, one of my very front ones, I had turned, see what I said, how I wanted to be able to lift it up. One of my very front ones, I turned it the wrong way, but I'm gonna cover it up with this in the front, so it's gonna be fine. So we've got this where we can lift it off, store it, do whatever we want. We've got our little bubbles here. We could add more, whatever we want to do. Bring it over a little bit more. But once you do it to the side, because it's draping off the side, that's kind of where it's got to stay. So let's do the finishing touches on this, guys, and we will be done. So like I said, it is not too hard at all. Unglue my hot glue gun, unplug it. I'm not gonna unglue it. Okay, so what color ribbon do we want on this one? Do we want to do orange and white? I think I want to do orange and tan. Oh, thank you, Joyce Ann. Hold that thought. I think the orange will look good with that rust. So let's try it, and then we'll get all of that. I'm kind of letting it dry a little bit on the glue too. I don't have purple. I wish I had purple homespun. Orange and burlap would be good too. I don't have burlap. I don't have any burlap out here. I'm gonna put the lights in last. That is, I think I've already cut this one at one point, guys. It may not be long enough. Hold on, I have cut that one before. Hold that thought. Let me see if this one's longer. That one is longer. Okay, good too. Like I said, y'all, that stuff is annoying. I know, Brenda. Do you have purple? I'm jealous if you have purple. It's funny because that other one wasn't much shorter, but it was just a little bit shorter. Y'all, I'm real fancy on my bows for things like this. You really do? I am impressed. am really, okay, that was bad. Hang on. I'm like, I can't do that. And then I've got this kind of turned. Hang on. Which you're really not gonna notice that much. But notice it's dried now, guys. I can touch it and I'm good. So it dried while we were gluing all that on there. Brenda, how have I missed that? You know, I think I have some, what are they called? Fat quarters. I think I have some of those in purple. But not long ones. I guess it doesn't have to go all the way around it. But y'all, I am on the struggle bus of tying a knot today. My what is it, bunny ear is not being kind to me today. So we will have to work on this bow. Oh, there we go. Goodness. That was pretty sad. Okay. Some of that string off. Who all did that as a kid? Like one bunny ear, bunny loop? Do you know what I'm talking about, or do you think I've lost my mind? It wouldn't be the first time somebody thought I lost my mind. Okay, so we've got our bow on here. Just a regular bow, y'all. Nothing fancy. Okay, our fun stuff. Ugh. Now I'm just gonna make it as thin as I can. And what we're doing is it's kind of sticking to that cinnamon around the sides. So we're not gonna see a whole bunch of the solid. We're gonna see more of this because we've got our bubbles up there. But I'm just gonna bring some of it down various places. See where this sits to make sure where I want it to come out. So kind of just like making it attached to the cauldron, if that makes sense. It's all those little finishing details, right, guys? Finishing details. Like, I think this is so fun. And I've got plenty of this if I want to grab some more in there. So, just gonna, didn't lay exactly how it did before. Make sure all my paper's covered. And then I'm gonna put this right here. And then I've got, if you wanted to, guys, you could hot glue it to hold, but it's fine on the, I've got one little piece right there that I don't want to be seen. So I'm gonna cover that up. Right where I want it. I may, you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I do have, hold that thought, for today's purposes. Got some, this is what I was talking about, the sticky things. So I'm gonna use that to hold it in place where I want it. On this one bulb. And then I can still take it off. If I can peel it, y'all. It's gonna be fine, but in case you get it too heavy on one side. So they're double stick. And I'm just gonna take it, put it right here on my bulb, and maybe, come on. Probably because I got my fingernails on it. I'm okay with it. Whatever. We'll just move it right there for now. Let's put our lights in here. I know it's not going to go anywhere, but when I pick it up, it might. So I'll be careful. I probably could have used one more ball on that side, but... Hey Kay, how are you? I should have done this before the live too. Okay, so we've got our lights. We can drop them and thread them, or we can pull them off and thread them. I'm gonna pull it off and thread it. I'm just that person. But I am gonna get my glasses on. And I'm just threading in the front because I don't want to see when I lay it down. I don't want to see my cords. Probably did that backwards, guys. I'll probably go back and fix it, but y'all know what I'm doing here. These have more lights than the other strand that I had. Somebody's probably watching me going, man, Melissa, you were making that super hard. But I don't want to see, all of the strings. These are longer than my other ones too. Hang on, it's falling apart on me here. I gotta do it this way. I was trying, y'all. I was trying. I don't want that one showing. That's my problem. There we go. Tuck it in. What am I doing? Did I put it sideways? Did I put it the opposite direction? Which side was my bubble side? Y'all, I've lost my mind now. That's my long side. Okay. Oh my gosh, I was losing my mind. I was like, I made sure those weren't showing in the front, and now they're showing in the front. I was so confused. Okay. I'm gonna wrap these a little bit better. Y'all get the idea. And of course I don't have, but I can tuck that in the back. I don't have a lot of the lights in there yet. These are twinkle, it looks like. Let me see if there's another. It has a remote control. Okay, can y'all see them blinking now? Can you see them blinking? Blinkling? Blinkling, is that the word? I don't, whew, that one. Don't look at it too fast. Okay, let me put this in here and wrap that up. Because that one ball, I want that there. Okay, let's see. I think I hit it right. Now they're not twinkling. Okay, now they're not twinkling, guys. That's a little less on the eyes. Isn't that cute? So we have our bubbles coming out the side. Now it's twinkling again. There we go. I think they're on some type of timer. There we go, guys. Now I got it. Now I'm holding it right. Just gotta fix that bow. This cauldron's bigger than the other one. Not as easy to handle. There we go. Oh, thank you, Becca. The only thing I would have probably done a little bit different, like I said, I didn't want that to fall out on me, is I may have put like one more bubble right here and a couple more over there instead of going up higher, but I think it's cute. And once I get the lights in there permanently and do all the adjusting where I'm not trying to hold it up and all of that, I think it's going to be super fantastic. How fun is that, guys? It's blinking again. I feel like it needs one bulb like right there, so I may take one off the back and put it in there. So, all right, guys, that's as easy as it gets. So where is that one at? That one is right here. I want one bulb right here. So I'm gonna take one from the back and put it right there. I'll have to look at that. I can't see Deb's comment. All right, guys, that is all I have to show you how easy it is. And I just got to get it positioned just right on here. Super easy. Now it's blinking again. I don't know why it blinks and why it doesn't, but oh, awesome, y'all. All right, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to get that positioned just right, and then I will post a picture tonight of what it looks like when it's positioned with all of the threads and everything, so we don't see all of the lights and all of that stuff, all of the strings and stuff, but I don't want to bore you with that part anymore. But yeah, it is super cute, guys. Super, super cute, super easy. I hope this inspires you to try it. It is not that hard. I've got to read what's going on with Deb. I missed that comment, guys. All right, I will see y'all Tuesday night, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I will go back and pick someone for a Happy Mail through the comments today and tomorrow, and I'll blink them on here like I did on the last one. And guys, y'all have a blessed week, and thanks for hanging out with me today. And like I said, this is a smaller one, and this is a larger one. So depending on what you want to do, depends on how many bulbs and all that stuff that you have. All right, guys, I will see y'all later. Have a blessed weekend, and take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.